What's up, everybody? This is Sean.
This is Alan.
And this is Inside the Square, the wrestling podcast, coming at you every Sunday. Every Saturday from sunny St. Mary's, California, Maryland. What's good, Big Daddy?
WrestleMania Backlash.
Who you got, Brock Lesnar or Cody Rhodes?
I got Cody Rhodes.
Why?
Because, he needs to win this one.
He needs his get back, right?
Yeah.
Why do you like Cody Rhodes?
Because he's really good, talented, really good on the mic.
He is. And like I always point out, he's my favorite wrestler's son. Dusty Rhodes is my favorite wrestler of all time. The American Dream, rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes. Just an amazing character, bigger than life. Probably on the Mount Rushmore wrestling. Wasn't done right by Vince McMahon, but that we won't go off into that tangent again this week. It's been a lot of stuff going on in wrestling, man. Since the last time we talked to you guys, Steve Maclin is now your Impact Heavyweight Champion. How do you feel about that?
Really good. He deserves it.
Really?
Yeah.
You like Steve Maclin?
Yeah. I think he's better than Rich Swann.
Get out of here.
He's better than Rich Swann,
that was a hot take, Alan. That was a hot take. How is he better than Rich Swann?
Because Steve Maclin's been doing this for a long time.
So is Rich Swann.
They cut him.
I understand that, but that don't mean he was bad. I don't know, man. I'm not a Steve Maclin fan, and I knew once they said he was gonna wrestle Kushida for the belt, I was like, he's gonna win. I told you, I said he's gonna win the belt.
Yeah, he's gonna have for maybe 6 to 7 months. Maybe
he's gonna have it for a little while. Like I said, I've never been a fan of him since the Forgotten Sons era.
Yeah,
in WWE, I hated that group. They cut two of those guys because they kept they just, I don't know, man. They just rubbed me the wrong way with some stuff they were saying and just some of the symbology, man. I'm really not a fan of Steve Maclin. Not to say he's not deserving of the belt or this and that, but I think Impact really needs to take a long, hard look at who they want to be their champion. Maybe Moose. Moose has his own issues. Moose has actually been in trouble for beating up women and stuff. I'm not making this up. Look it up. The dude, he has some domestic violence issues. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not sure, if he's the right guy. Like I said, Maclin is good. He's a good talker, good in-ring guy.
What about Rich Swann as the next Impact champion?
They'd have to re-sign him, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to re-sign him. Isn't he at New Japan?
No. He's still with Impact.
I thought they didn't sign him.
They still kept him on his contract.
I don't know, man. Impact makes some questionable moves when they make moves to be heavyweight champion.
Like Jonathan Gresham.
Gresham, I don't know. I think Gresham's a small dude. Yeah. And I don't think small dudes should be your heavyweight champion.
But he puts on really good matches for the X division.
Oh, I didn't say he didn't. He's talented. He's top tier talent. Probably top 10 wrestling.
Yeah.
But he's, you can't get past the optics.
Yeah.
The optics is he's a small dude. Maclin's a big dude. Maclin talks a lot. He says the buzzwords. He's a prototypical heavyweight champion. Square jawline, All-American, former Marine, all the other bull jive. But that don't make him a great champ.
He's a former Marine?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Let me back up. I don't want to disrespect the man because he is a Marine. If you don't know anything about me, I'm a retired Navy sailor. I served with Marines my entire career. Served with them in combat and peacetime on ships. Any place you want to think of, I served with them. And I don't want to disrespect Steve Maclin by saying,
Steve Maclin's better in Impact.
Yeah. Let me finish my diatribe, Al. Like I said, he is a Marine. He earned the Eagle Globe and Anchor. Now we got that out of the way. Like I said, I respect the man for what he is and what he's done, but I just don't think he'd be good for being a champ. So don't think I don't want to get canceled. I'm not saying I hate the man because he's a veteran. I'm a veteran. My wife's a veteran. We got kids that are veterans. All that being said, I just don't think he's the right dude to be champ. Deonna Purrazzo, his wife, is also champ.
Bruh. That is crazy.
And she's been champ before, and she's a really good wrestler.
3 times.
3 times. And I think that WWE kind of dropped the ball with her.
Yeah.
I think they dropped the ball with Ruby Soho. I think they dropped the ball with Toni Storm. And a lot of other people they let go.
And Paige.
Soraya, whatever they call her now.
Soraya, yeah.
But I think they dropped the ball on those people because they let them go
too soon.
Too soon. And, you know, Ruby Soho, whatever you want to call her, she's really talented, man.
Very talented, actually.
She's really talented.
Yeah.
She keeps matches going, and she's fun to watch. She's really crazy on the mic.
Yeah, she's feuding with Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
And Britt Baker.
Yeah. Dr. Britt Baker.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, like I said, to see her doing her thing and leading the show, helping lead the women's division in that company. If you think about it, you know, she moves the needle. People like her.
Yeah. I hope they push her someday.
I do too, man. I think she's never got a really fair shake at being champ. Or
in
even,
WWE.
Exactly. Or NXT.
Yeah.
I don't think she's ever got a fair shake at it, and I think she deserves it. She's worked her way up, and she's really proficient at wrestling, at mic skills, and carrying the crowd. Speaking of Impact, again, you know, Impact makes a lot of bold decisions.
Like Trey Miguel stays as X Division champion.
That was a no-brainer. That dude's good, man.
Yeah,
Trey Miguel's good.
Like, how long he's been X Division champion for?
I'm not sure.
His second reign's going pretty good.
That dude's really, really talented. I'm surprised WWE has not tried to get him involved in their negotiations or talks.
Yeah.
To join them.
He would find Ricochet or something.
He's fun to watch, man.
Yeah.
That's why I think Jonathan Gresham should have stayed in the X Division.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
Like, he's still feuding with, like, Speed Bailey or something.
Mike Bailey. Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah, he's still feuding with him.
That dude's really good, too.
Yeah, he was X Division champion.
I saw, you know, it's funny you say that. I saw a snippet of a clip with Steve Maclin and Speedball, and it was really good. And I was like, You know, not like I said, everybody think I'm dumping on some of these champs. I'm not. The dude is a good wrestler. He's just not, you know, he's not my cup of tea. But he is a good wrestler. And I think, you know, if he could carry the belt a little bit longer and maybe they have some interesting storylines, maybe he might do something with it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't have a lot of faith in that.
Yeah.
Trinity Fatu, also known as
Naomi.
She just joined Impact, fellas.
I think she's going to challenge Deonna Purrazzo maybe in July.
Naomi, Trinity, as she's called now, she's multiple times women's champ.
Yeah.
She was tag team champ.
Yeah.
She's talented. And guess who her husband is?
Jimmy Uso.
Yeah. Jimmy Uso. So I don't think the Usos are going to jump ship and go to Impact.
Like Roman Reigns wants them to stay.
I think the bottom line is the almighty dollar. You know, if you look at the financial impact of what WWE can pay and what other companies can pay.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going anywhere.
No, not anytime soon.
And the Usos, you know, let's put the cards on the table. They have problems with alcohol.
And DUIs.
And exactly. They have they have DUIs. They have multiple DUIs between them.
Yeah.
And I'm not, you know, saying that people who got problem with alcohol are bad people. I'm not saying that.
No.
But what I am saying that they have a lot of excess baggage. They go to another company. They have a DUI. They have an incident. They'll fire them. They'll get rid of them
really quick.
WWE is a lot more lenient with big names and big stars than some of these other companies.
Like Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle has had a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And they haven't gotten rid of him yet. He had
you
know, a Me Too movement type incident. He's had problems with, you know, health and wellness, with drugs and stuff like that too. Yeah. And this is not us making stuff up. Mm-mm. This is in the news.
Mm-mm.
And they haven't fired him.
No.
Haven't fired him. He had problems, you know, leaving his wife and kids. He had a lot of bad optic issues.
Yeah, he did.
Stuff that's out in the public.
At least he turned it around.
Well, we don't know if he turned it around or not. You know, he just put him back on TV.
Yeah.
That don't mean he turned it around.
I think he's not going to sign with WWE. I think he might go to Impact or AEW or something.
I think he's good on WWE. I think he could be a megawatt star if he ever got it all together.
Yeah.
Because he's a crowd favorite and he really performs well in the ring.
Yeah.
He really does.
Like, he put on a really good match with Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, Solo is a good wrestler too.
So underrated.
He reminds me of Umaga so much.
Yes.
Man. Umaga was a monster. I love that dude.
I think Triple H is going to pull the trigger, maybe against Gunther.
I always was pissed off that Umaga was never heavyweight champion.
Nope.
He used to out-wrestle Triple H. He used to out-wrestle Randy Orton. He used to out-wrestle a lot of dudes. Yeah. And people never realized how strong and how agile that big dude was. Man.
And John Cena.
He put Cena in the damn Samoa Slam. Samoa Drop.
Samoa Drop.
And I was like, oh my God, this dude is... And just the way he jumped off of the top ropes. Mm-hmm. And even something like the spike. Because Sikoa uses that spike like Umaga did.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was pretty cool.
I remember Matt Riddle sold it pretty good.
Yeah. And I always liked the Samoan wrestlers who like did like the Samoan tricks, like the Samoan drop, the big splash, and all the other stuff. I always, I don't know, I always had a soft spot for those wrestlers, and even after them, The Rock, he used to do the same moveset. If you look at Roman Reigns and The Rock, their movesets are very similar.
Very similar, but different.
Well, Reigns has the guillotine front hold choke lock.
Guillotine.
Yeah, the guillotine. It's a chokehold.
Like, who got out of the guillotine? I think it was Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar.
Well, technically, if you put the guillotine in correctly, that's some writing. That's some writing that got out of the guillotine.
Yeah.
But if you do the guillotine properly, like you see these guys in UFC, no one gets out of that.
Nobody
gets out of that. But The Rock had the sharpshooter. And he had a couple of other fan favorite moves, but if you look at The Rock, a lot of his moves were stolen from like people like Booker T.
Yeah,
let's back out of that one because we really don't want to get that smoke. Mm-mm. But he copied a lot of things from Booker T. And now over in AEW, MJF still champion, still feuding with Tony Khan. MJF is really funny.
Really funny.
But I don't think he's gonna go to WWE for a while.
Nah, he's gonna re-sign with them, AEW.
I don't think his gimmick would work in WWE because it's family friendly to a certain extent. It's not the old school Vince McMahon bringing strippers out and having the whole train and having the kiss my ass challenge and beat a white boy up challenge. Remember Rodney Mack?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did have that kiss my ass thing where he had made someone kiss his butt. And he did have the whole train with the Godfather.
Well, like, why did they allow this?
Vince McMahon said the N-word on TV one time.
With John Cena.
I'm not joking. So it's like, all us watching this stuff is in the 90s, we ain't going to heaven.
It was in the 2000s or something. We
ain't going to heaven. We done seen some crazy stuff on wrestling. We had
Edge.
We had Dominic Mysterio. We had people. What is it? Rey Mysterio and Chavo wrestling for custody of Dominic or Eddie Guerrero. It was Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio.
I'm like the stuff that they gave us, and we ate it up. So, I'm not surprised by anything I see in wrestling. But, yeah, MJF is really good, but I don't think he's built for this version of WWE.
No, he ain't.
But he is good, and I do like him. I think he's hilarious behind the mic, and he says crazy stuff.
I think he's not going to lose that title anytime soon.
I don't think he's going to lose it anytime soon either.
He's going to keep it for a year.
Yeah, I think if he don't keep it, he's going to give it up to like someone like Moxley or Kenny Omega.
Who should win that belt sometime soon? Maybe Darby Allin or Jungle Boy.
I like Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy's a really good wrestler, man. Yeah. I watched a couple of his matches the last couple of weeks, and this dude is really talented, man. I don't know how I overlooked him.
Yeah. You remember he had a really good match with Christian Cage?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. A really good match.
Yeah.
That dude is really talented. I just don't, like I said, I don't know how I missed him. Maybe I was, and so I think sometimes I got him confused with Hangman Page.
He used to be with Luchasaurus or something. Yeah.
Luchasaurus turned against him, turned heel on him.
Twice.
Yeah. And I know, getting him confused with Hangman Page is kind of not right. But for some reason, I used to get those two dudes confused.
Yeah.
And I don't know how. They don't look nothing alike.
No, they don't.
But it was really interesting to see him wrestle. And I was like, this dude has a lot of moves.
He really does.
I don't think he's like Hangman Page level.
No, he ain't.
Hangman Page is like a really top-tier wrestler.
Amazing.
I don't know what his future holds with him staying with AEW. But I think he could be like the next Shawn Michaels.
Or Kenny Omega staying in AEW.
I don't see Kenny Omega leaving AEW anytime soon.
Not until late 2023.
I like Kenny Omega. I always thought he was like the dude that you want to go watch.
Yeah.
I really like him. I like everything about him, man. He's really funny behind the mic. He has a stable. He's really fun to watch.
Really fun.
Really fun to watch. Not certain about, the future with some of these other stars, like Jon Moxley and his, was it Blackpool Combat Club or something?
Yeah.
Those guys, he got Claudio. And he got Willa Yuta and Jon Moxley. I mean, that's a good group. That's a good faction.
Really good faction.
Really good faction. And I think either of those guys, if they would go back to WWE, I think it'd mess up a lot of stuff in AEW.
Yeah, it would.
I really think it would. FTR still killing it on AEW. Fear the Revolt. Those dudes been killing it for a while. Great tag team. I mean, a really good tag team.
I think they're top one.
They call them the top guys. They call them the top guys. A little bit about what we got going on in the future, guys. We're going to go see a WWE event on the 21st down in Hampton, Virginia at the Coliseum. I forget the name of it, but, Al and I will be doing a podcast before we get ready to go to that one. We're going to have a shirts, hit us up on the interwebs if you want a T-shirt or you want anything from us. We'll try to make that happen. Anything else from you, Big Daddy?
Please, just let Roman Reigns vacate titles, please.
You ready for him to give it up, Big Daddy?
Yes. 100% yes. I am tired of it.
He's been the champ for over, about 1,000 days now?
Almost 1,000 days as Universal Champion.
Almost 1,000 days as Universal Champion. It's getting a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now they got a belt they're coming out with
on Raw.
On Raw. That
it looked good.
It does. It's a beautiful belt. But that's going to be like the consolation prize now.
I think Seth's going to win that.
I don't know. I think Seth Rollins going to win it too. I hope he does. He's a really good face. Well, he's a really good just wrestler, period. Face or heel.
I liked him with the Authority.
Yeah, I did too.
I think it was a pretty good gimmick with the Authority.
But I don't like it that, they've made another belt just because they don't want to take one of the belts away from him.
Yeah.
I think that's bullshit.
That's just not right for the fans.
That's not right for anybody. And I think that's harming the whole brand.
Yeah.
But that's just me talking. All right, guys. Until next time, I see you down the road.
Bye.